Okay, so I've had some questions on Figure 6.3 on how we can mechanically interlock the jog buttons that are located in Figure 6.3. So I went on and drew the drawing out, so most of you know how to do all that already. And I just wanted to show you how to connect it. Now I had this connected and I disconnected it. That's how you're seeing my lines up here, so don't worry about that. But let's go over here to switches, right? So we're going to choose switches, and then we need a normally open push button switch to go right here in this hole. Let's call this jog. Alright, when we hit check, now we have a jog button. If we were to press the jog button, the coil would energize. Okay, but what we need to happen is when we press jog, this switch down here opens also, because these in the drawing are mechanically interlocked together. So the way we do that is we go down to contacts and we choose auxiliary push button normally closed contact here. We set it in the hole. We find our jog alias, and then now they are mechanically connected together. See how they're both blue? If they're not both blue, then that means they are not mechanically, or they're not linked together. So you come up here and press play button. Alright, as long as stop is closed, we hit run. It energizes our coil here. Our normally open M contact closes, and now we have a path for 24 volts to travel through the normally closed M contact, the normally closed jog switch, and back to the coil to keep the motor actually running. Alright, now if I hit stop, it stops the circuit. Let's see what happens when we press jog. So when I press jog down here, you see that the motor, I'm holding it down right now, so I didn't let go of it. So I still got my left click held down. That's why the motor's still running. See, my motor's energized. Notice that my coil is still energized, causing all my normally open contacts to close, including this auxiliary contact here. But watch what happens when I let go of the left click on the jog button here. It didn't stay on, right? Because when I energized it here, the coil switch states, but there's no path for 24 volts to keep it in unless I have the jog button held down. So you can kind of see that I go here and I can come through the jog button with it held down and energize my coil. If I go to run, it's open. If I go through my normally open contact, which is now closed, right here when I get to the jog auxiliary contact, it's actually, or the auxiliary switch that's mechanically locked together, it's actually open. So when I break it here by letting it go, then it breaks the current going to the coil, which switches this contact back to a normally open state. Only by pressing run do we get it to stay in. Now, can I break this latch by just hitting stop? Well, I can break it by hitting stop like I showed you, but I can also break this latch by hitting the jog button. Now notice, when I hit it, the motor still stays running, right? Because I've hit it and I've held it down. But when you let go of it, it breaks that current path. Okay? So you can see if I just do a left click, it's jogging it on and off there. So I hope that helps clear everything up.